Hey friends, welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie, and today I'm going to just get some old gesso and reclaim some of these panels that I have painted on in the past with fluid acrylic painting. I did some doodling. I don't love them, so I'm just going to gesso them. This one is a gesso board. I'm really going to be glad to have that back in rotation for painting on. Everything was painted on with just acrylic paints and acrylic pouring mediums. I didn't use any silicone or anything like that to get these pretty cells. I mean, it's pretty. It's nice, but I don't love it. So I'm going to just paint over it because I have some ideas for some intuitive, colorful acrylic painting, mixed media, maybe some still life thrown in, or imaginative art. But first, I need to reclaim these particular panels. And all I'm going to do is Crafter's Workshop white gesso. I bought it quite a while ago. I don't know how it's going to work, if it's going to be any good. I mean, it was okay for the one time I used it several years ago. We're just going to see. But, hey, good sign. The lid's coming off. Ooh, it's still wet. That's a good sign. I'm just going to go like this. Just pour some gesso on. Grab a... I don't really have a... Oh, there's one. This is a ratty old chip brush. I am going to get it wet. I will not be dipping it in the jar. But I'm just going to get this wet, and I'm going to mush this stuff around. I'm not worried about this being a perfect coverage. If there's streaks, that's just going to give me opportunities for some creative play afterwards. That is actually my theme for the coming foreseeable future, is creative play. I realized that YouTube has not been fun. And, you know, if YouTube isn't fun, I'm not doing it. I'm not making videos. My community isn't getting to see fun things that I'm doing. I'm still doing some fun stuff. But, you know, if I'm not making the videos because it's not fun anymore, then why do I have a channel, right? So now I have decided that things being fun is the reason for this channel. All right, so now some of that kind of smooshed off onto the back. I am using my fingers. I don't care. It's non-toxic acrylic gesso. I can wash my hands. So, you know, don't be too fussy about stuff. And even if I get it on my table, it's not a big deal. I am going to set this off on the floor. I just put my fingers all over that corner. I'm just going to set this on the floor. My floor has paint all over it. It's not a solid surface. It's actually vinyl stick-on tile. I'm not too worried about it. I'll show you what it looks like down here. Ooh, I just threw that on the floor. Hi! So I just threw it on the floor down here. I'm not worried about it. Yep, it got some paint on the floor. So what? All right, I'm just going to keep working my way through here. And yeah, I'm just going to chat. If you like chatty stuff, awesome. If you don't, go ahead and turn the volume down if you just want to see paint go on, or gesso covering up paintings. I hope this doesn't give you any stress over me covering up paintings that I did. These were from a few years ago when I was doing the acrylic pouring. I actually had super high high views on those acrylic pouring videos, but then they got boring. And I was doing, well, no, it didn't get boring. It was, I was not being rewarded for being innovative. I was being innovative, and then a few months later, after I had done something, other people came in and said they were being innovative, and they were doing the same thing that I had been doing. Exactly. But, I mean, we do not live in a vacuum, and people can come up with things at the same time. So, yeah, that's totally something that could have happened. I don't know that they were watching my videos. And if I inspired them to make videos that people wanted to watch, that's awesome. That's awesome. People didn't want to watch when I was doing it. So what? At this point, I'm doing this because it's fun. And if you don't want to hang out with me because I'm just playing, that's fine too. Okay, I'm just going to drop this on the floor and not worry about it. And now we're going to go to these two bigger canvas panels. This one, yeah, see, I had done, doodling on it, and yeah, it's not there anymore. Now this canvas board is textured. There's texture on here from the pour. So there's going to be some texture left after I'm done. And that's cool, because that's just going to give me opportunities for adding shadows, adding other layers. I might be doing some collage on here. Little things. But right now, we're just painting over old paintings with white. And this is white gesso. Like I said before, it's white gesso. So it is a surface preparation. Gesso isn't actually a paint. It is white pigment with a binder that will stick to acrylic or stick to fabric. And then it makes it so it will accept new paint. And acrylic gesso, you can actually do oil paint over the top if you wanted to. I don't tend to do oil paint. I have some water-soluble oil paints, which are basically to aid in the cleanup of using them. I have never really done much work with them. And if you're interested in seeing me kind of struggle through and learn how to play with those water-soluble oil paints, leave a comment down below. And if you're enjoying this, I'd love to have you join us here on YouTube. If you want to watch more of my videos, I do all kinds of things. I have been doing this channel since 2015. I did take down pretty much 98% of the acrylic pouring type videos because they weren't making me happy, and people were getting grumpy with me because I wasn't doing acrylic pouring anymore, and they came in because of one of those acrylic pouring videos. So I took them down because I was tired of hearing grumpy people. But if you're not a grumpy person, click that subscribe button and turn on all your notifications. I plan on doing some live streams. This is not a live stream, but I'm treating it kind of like one. There's going to be very minimal editing on here. And like I said here, I am not worried about there being streaks. This is basically just knocking back whatever was there and giving me a relatively easy surface to paint on. I want to do some big collage type stuff, but to start that off, I'm going to do a couple smaller ones. So maybe collaging is what I'll be doing on here. Or just the intuitive painting, grabbing some colors and just starting to throw colors on. I watched a painter. She does a lot of the intuitive type painting. I love her colors. Her name is Whitney Freya, and I like her kind of metaphysical style and the way she uses her colors and symbols. And I think I'm heading into that stage of my life where I'm interested more in some of that metaphysical stuff. I want to know about it. I want to learn about it. This one has glitter on it. Don't know if you can see the glitter. Not really. You can't really see the glitter too much. I can see the glitter in person. Yeah, there's shine, there's metallic paints. This is kind of pretty, but again, not my favorite. And I want to reuse some of these surfaces. We are, again, another part of being another point of life is my husband's going to be retiring soon. And I am trying to moderate my art supply purchases. And I want to start reusing some of these things that are just sitting in boxes. I don't have them displayed. Why store them if I can paint over it? And you know, the old masters used to do that. They would work on a piece, maybe something that they, might have been happy with for a while, and then decided that, you know what, it wasn't what they wanted. It didn't turn out the way they wanted, or it was an early work that they decided to just paint over. Maybe they were in a time when they didn't have a patron to pay for their supplies. I do have a Patreon if you're interested in hanging out and supporting the studio. So you can check down below. I have a Patreon. We're a small but mighty group. Very caring and loving people there. And there, look, I've got all these done. I still have quite a bit of gesso in that brush. So I'm going to go ahead and see. Can you see? Yeah, there's texture on here still. And I'm fine with that. Hey, look, I found one that it was already used, gessoed, painted over again, and now it's going to get painted over again. Look at that. I love it. I love being able to reuse things. So, and I might use those circles as part of, this one I think is probably going to end up being maybe a neurographic doodle with acrylic paint markers and maybe some paint, and I like that. Since it already has these circles that are kind of built in, oh, look at that. So I hope that you have enjoyed watching me just paint over with white, just painting with white. And reclaiming, reusing, reducing my impact on the environment by not throwing them in the trash, not just taking them to the dump, which is something that has happened before. I will admit, I have done that. I have thrown away canvases without reusing them. I have taken things, donated them to charitable organizations that resell. Lots of different ones. Painting over these makes me happy. And I know that now I've got 5 canvases that I'm going to be able to do things with. So I'm going to put that lid back on there. This actually, I don't know how it's going to work after I've painted them. How well the paint is going to go on top. But there we go. I have 5 canvases all prepped. Not perfect prepped. I'm not sanding these. I am not making these into something that is going to be an heirloom quality painting. If I make something that's got a really cool look to it, I'm going to be scanning or taking photographs and making prints and selling them on print on demand because I don't want to hold inventory of stuff. Thank you. Remember to go out, do something creative, take care of yourself so you can take care of those you love. And I'll see you back here again really soon.